Starting to get to the final stretch now. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to F1 Manager 22. Back with Mercedes as we head to the 15th race of the season, Circuit Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. A couple things that we're wrapping up here. Got some new suspension coming in, well, with us breaking a bunch of parts. Also good news, improved the CFD simulator. That'll help when we have the new aerodynamic testing period open in 4 days when we come back from Zandvoort. We don't have any hours or wind tunnel time left at the moment. A bunch of that's being used towards next year's car, as we're looking to just close out this season, just hanging out third in the standings. That should be no problem at all, considering, you know, Alfa Romeo's 100 points back. But, yeah, going to be off to Zandvoort now, and just aim to keep racking up points. Also hoping to not bin a car this time. Looking at you, Lewis. Actually, no, that wasn't even his fault. It was Ocon's fault. So, stay away from the Alpines. Let's just be fast enough to do that. Go. Here we go. Well. Welcome to Q1, where both of our drivers just finished the first lap early. Why? Because it's raining. It's not going to go the wet tire or anything. Actually, if we look here. Yeah, I know the track's getting damp. We're done with our laps. What are you talking about? Rain's going to stop probably by about 5 minutes from now, as you can see right there in 4 minutes. The question is it going to get dry? Because Lewis got held up a little bit on his first lap there. We've got McLaren faster than him with Daniel Ricciardo. Leclerc got a lap in. George is in second. Luckily, a bunch of these guys that are currently out there are yeah, they're going to be affected by these slow times as well, so might not be all bad. Just got to see if the track's going to dry a little bit. But, yeah, not starting off on a good start for Lewis in qualifying here. Good news, the rain stopped. Bad news, it's still on the track. Question is it going to clear enough for us to even bother sending a car out? I don't think so. Let's take a look at what these guys are doing. I think they're on the inters. Yes, they are, but they're not going to go any faster on that. But it's going to be a bit of a flurry here. Again, cars on out. We can still wait a little bit, but we're going to see if just the track dries anymore. But people could be in bad spots here. Bottas and Verstappen. Ocon goes. He's still a ways off. Imagine Verstappen will go out in the inters here, and he'll be fine. But I don't see a point in us sending our guys back out if it's not going to dry them well. Yeah, right around the time where we'd start looking at sending the guys out, we're here on 4 times speed. The rain's still over a millimeter on the track. It's, yeah, there's really no point. Bottas going out now. There goes the train. We're just going to keep our guys in. Oop. I guess it's starting to dry out a little bit now. Again, I don't see the point in us sending him out. I don't know how fast everyone's going to be, but I imagine it's going to be a real jacked up looking qualifying order going to Q2. Speed things up a little bit. If we get bumped out though, I'm going to be pissed.
Session is over.
I know session's over. Let's see what Bottas does. Yeah, he's in. He's slower than Hamilton, though. It's going to be a case for a bunch of people, but again, this is going to be real jacked up looking qualifying. We'll start to dry out a little bit. Okay, getting bumped out. Well, looks normal. Both Aston Martins, both Williams, and Lando Norris. Penalties for this week. Tsunoda, I think, had a crash. No, he didn't have a crash. Probably changed the gearbox or something, or ordered an additional one. And Ocon, I think that's from his crash with Lewis at Spa. On to Q2. Please stay dry.
Please give us.
Okay, it's going to be dry. Very good.
Yeah, all good.
Well, super good news. It was dry all the way through. So, yeah. No worry about having to go to the inters or anything. Q2 is dry. Hopefully Q3 stays the same. Way it lands so far. Looking like a Red Bull 1-2 at the moment, which is interesting because Ferrari was fastest in practice overall. Carlos Sainz third, Lewis up P4, George at P6. Half second clear being eliminated. Currently on the outside looking in. Both Haas's. What's the plural of that? Both Alpines and Daniel Ricciardo. Charles Leclerc in P9. I imagine he'll improve with no problem at all. Real quick zippy laps around here. Leclerc, yeah, he's going to go top of the charts. Actually, no, there goes Verstappen with a purple sector 2. Lewis and George both improving. Clear top of the charts. Verstappen, I think, is coming across the line now as he's in front of Lewis. All right, George jumps Lewis. Lewis jumps him back, and Bottas as well. Getting eliminated appears to be Tsunoda, Ocon, Ricciardo. See how the Haas's do. Mick does not bump in. And now there's Magnussen on Q3. Please stay dry, please stay dry. Thank you! That's all I need to know. Alright, gonna wait a little bit here. Well, actually, no, you'll see us for the final flyer.
Radio check.
Tight battle for the pole between Leclerc and, surprisingly not Verstappen, but Sergio Perez. 2 thousandths off of Leclerc's time. Goes Ferrari, Red Bull, Ferrari, Red Bull. Then Bottas is faster than both of our guys. But again, didn't have the ability with simulator time and wind tunnel time to really add anything decent parts-wise on the car. And we got a front wing that's still being developed at the moment. But we pivoted most of our attention towards next year's car. Because, again, got third basically locked up at this point. So anyways, got George leading the way over Lewis. And after that, Gasly, Joe, and Alonso. Okay, people starting to come across the line now. Sainz closes the gap, but stays P3. Here come our boys. Lewis jumps Bottas. And George jumps Bottas as well, but it's Lewis leading the way for us. Joe stays P10. Here come the Red Bulls. Verstappen improves to third. Perez jumps Leclerc. Leclerc's also done, so Sergio Perez, your pole sitter. And Zandvoort, Leclerc, then Verstappen. Our guys going to be P5 and P7. Bottas got George back. Alright, time to set a strategy for this 72 lapper. Let's see, one stopper is probably going to be optimal here. Or maybe. No, because I don't like how much you wear the soft here. Probably go medium hard. Let's get extended out a little bit. That should help. We'll do the same for George. It's just going to be nice and easy. Just out to 35. Alright. Use that from the get-go. And here we go from 5th and 7th. Time for the Dutch Grand Prix.
Here we go.
Expecting to just be
It's the
cloudy.
Dutch Grand Prix.
No rain or anything.
And it's lights out.
Lights out.
Away we go.
Here's got a good jump. I think Leclerc's going to get him into 1. Yes, he does. Leclerc gets the lead. Verstappen goes to 3rd. As Bottas fighting with Lewis. Oh, Lewis retain it. Yes, he does. George going to follow him through. Or not.
This is awesome work, Lewis. Come on.
He's trying.
It's a race position gained
Hell of a
for
scrap.
Mercedes.
Oof. Not a lot of racing room around here. Okay, George, I'm a level you. It's been a half lap. You're okay. Clear him. Clear him. We clear? We got it. Alright, put the ERS back to neutral. Keep pushing on the fuel for now.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Should be nice. So getaway. Let's see. Coming around the final corner. Banking, baby. What a fun corner. Alright, so Lewis retains 5th. George moves around Bottas. Very good run. Claire's got to be happy with that. He's also got fastest lap. As with that, jumped back around the Dutchman Max Verstappen at Max's home track. Check the weather report. Yeah, gonna be cloudy through most of the race. Should be a good day. Nice and easy day at the office. Some people find that boring. Us, we're just hanging out to the end of the season, basically. Alright, starting to use a lot of fuel, dial that back.
Increase in lift and coast.
Yep. And we'll just ride here for a little bit. Oh, battle between our guys. Was not expecting that. George, fight to get around Lewis. We can both go after it. I'm cool with it. All defended by Lewis. George taking another look. Side by side around this tight little racetrack. Lewis retains it. Already loosened touch to the pack up there. It's 2.5 seconds from Sainz in 4th to Lewis in 5th. We got a little train going on here. Got Hamilton, Russell, Bottas, Alonso, and Gasly in this little train. It's Bottas taking a look. Russell fends that thread off. Meanwhile, up front, Sergio Perez gets around Leclerc, who's now under attack by Verstappen. Perez jetting away quite a ways, actually. Winner at Spa. We can make it 2 in a row out of the summer break. Ooh, George got Lewis. How about that? Lewis still not saving enough fuel though at the moment. Still got plenty of time before we have to shift into conserve mode, but gotta work on that. Lewis got back by George. Caution sector 1. What happened?
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Oh,
Here's
it's
the
Tsunoda.
replay. Now let's look at this. The focus on Tsunoda.
Oh, that's not even
They've taken
bad.
that
Well,
far
actually, yeah, he
too
lost a
wide,
lot of speed there,
and
but
now they're paying the price.
well, have fun, Yuki. He's back there in 13th. Perez in the clear. Ooh. Verstappen got around Leclerc. They'll pad the point lead. Oh, we got to look at everyone's strategy. Yeah, hopefully these guys are trying to do the one stopper, everyone on the soft. Mostly everyone's on the medium. Well, everyone on the podium spots is on the mediums. Carlos on softs. That's a strategy, but I think they've been purposely varying the strategies between the Ferraris this season. Us, we're on both mediums. Just taking a look, he's on softs. We got Alonso and Gasly on mediums. Joe's just coming out of turn 1 now. He's on softs, but they're a ways away from our little train here. They're still taking a look at each other. Working lap 10 right now. George got back around Lewis. still hemorrhaging time in the front. So 7 seconds behind both Ferraris. I'm thinking development-wise, probably make one more big push towards increasing top speed for this season, because we're still losing ground in that department, like week after week, because we're spending so much time developing the 2023 car. But again, you know, I guess just for pride or ego's sake, I just want to see us, you know, make the car a little bit faster. As Lewis goes by George again. Oh, nope, still fighting. I tell you, George is having a real good week, pace-wise. Been the faster guy in practice, but back to the point I was making. It's been great to win twice this year with Lewis at Canada and Spain. I'd like to get a third win, though. Yeah, as we're getting pounced on here. Lost spot to Bottas. Yeah, almost to Alonso as well, but should be able to get back up there. Save some fuel so you can push there.
And think about less lifting coast.
Understood.
George, do I want to push with the tires a little? Maybe a little.
Don't be afraid to use the tires.
Just like a lap or so. So you can put some distance on them. I'll bring it back down. Man, Lewis burned through the excess fuel really quick.
Just gonna need some lift and coast.
Okay.
I don't think the whole push on the tires thing has really worked for George at the moment. Yeah, when it completes lap or the sector 2, we'll probably just dial it back. I don't think they really worked, so. Ooh. Bring that back. Looks like Perez may have shook Verstappen, who may be out of DRS range now. Yeah, he's stuck in the train with the two Ferraris. Stuck in the battle, at least. Oh, no, they're closed. They closed on Max, or Sergio. Man. The soft tires doing the trick for Bottas. He got around George now. Cert won't get him back though. He'll have to pit early, and then his hard tires should be dead by the end of the race. Yellow turn 13. What happened? Is George taking a look? Vettel had a lockup. Vettel actually had a massive crash. Practice one. Ooh.
It almost got away from them entirely.
Might as well have got away from him.
Well done.
Ooh, I don't know if it's over yet.
Mercedes moved up a place.
I still don't know if it's over yet. But yeah, Vettel had a massive crash, I think, in first practice. He actually brought out the virtual safety car. But he's still faster than both Williams cars somehow. Well, they're Williams in 2022, so that explains it. He well up front. Two Red Bulls going at it. Verstappen trying to get to the lead. Sergio well defended. About to wrap up lap 14. People are starting to stockpile a little bit for Lewis. See if we can get back around Bottas. That should definitely help down the straight. Oh no, Bottas, take a look around George. Yeah. He got it. I'm surprised we haven't been able to shake Alonso and Gasly yet, but
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
again, Alpine and Alfa Romeo have been progressively working on and improving their cars through the season. Speaking of Alpine, Ocon started from about the back, worked his way up to P14. He is on the soft tire. Oh yeah, every time it looks like Verstappen gets a run going in the final corner, Perez just blocks him up perfectly. Sergio trying to upset the balance at Red Bull and Verstappen's home race. Gotta love it. As Leclerc gets around Verstappen. Still a long ways to go. Bit of a gap formed behind these two as Leclerc's just all over the rear wing of Perez. Sainz falling off about 2 seconds. I don't know if he's trying to slow up Verstappen to keep him away. But real puzzling how that gap formed. Even bigger gap from Verstappen over George, who's back in P5. As that's at about 11 seconds. Is he still hanging on? Yes, he is. I think looking at the wear rate, Carlos might be pushing harder. Crazy enough, they might actually have him on a two-stop strategy, I'm thinking. Hopefully not, because I think that's just barbaric, but... Well, barbaric might be the wrong term there, but... Absent-minded? That's better.
The hot and temps just going to need some lift and coast.
As Verstappen gets around Sainz. As he'll work on turning on the jets, get back up to those two up front. Yeah, Carlos keeping the attack up. And there it is, Leclerc now leading. Verstappen started to close a little bit, but that's probably all Charles needs. See if he can turn it up here. As Bottas gets around us again. Here comes Snowden in the pits. Remember, he had a lockup though, so that probably wore tires down a little bit. Ocon and Ricardo also come in the pits. And they are on the two-stopper, which I think Sainz is on again. And Bottas maybe as well. We'll see if they come in the pits very soon here. All right, Sainz now finally coming in the pits here. Which makes me think Bottas is going to be doing the same. As he is in the pit. Let's see what tires Sainz is on. Bottas coming in. Going for the hard, so they're on the one-stopper. Yeah, so is Sainz, so not the two-stopper like I thought. So Perez and Leclerc still scrapping. Verstappen 3 seconds behind the both of them. Doesn't have to focus on fighting Sainz anymore though, so he should be able to get back up there. So our two guys are still going at it up here. See if we could deploy the ERS, see if we could shake ourselves loose from Alonso and Gasly.
Increase in lift and coast.
Our optimal lap, our window's going to be opening here in about 2-3 laps. Our optimal lap to pit's 35. Whoever's leading over two guys, we'll bring him in first. And Sainz coming out of the pits, not that far behind actually. Only 2 seconds behind Gasly, who's the back end of the train here. think the whole use ERS to get away from them deal might have worked out a little bit. Alonso still just in Lewis's range, though. Perez coming to the pits. That's kind of early. Especially going medium to hard. I guess you're trying to cover off. Maybe get the early jump on Leclerc. Perez comes out. Ooh. Holds up Lewis, who gives George a nice little jump here. That'll definitely make things easy for us. So clear to Verstappen now is 2.5 seconds. See Lewis trying like hell to get around Sergio. Oh, he might have it. He got it. Sergio coming back though. Verstappen now pitting. Hard tire, probably going to try the undercut on Leclerc, who I imagine is going to come in next lap. Ooh, big runaway there. Alonso Gasly now pitting. They're going to go on the hard tire. Verstappen comes out just out of Hamilton, just behind Sergio. So played that perfectly. Sainz now just behind Lewis. I think with everybody getting the jump here, we might as well just go ahead and pull the trigger. Probably bring George in first once the window opens. Just get it over and done with. Here comes Leclerc. Hitting from the lead. There goes the hard tire.
In the pit lane now.
Very, very long pit lane here. It's George. Oh, Leclerc's going to get out ahead of George. Well executed by Ferrari. Well ahead of Perez and Verstappen. Anyways, for George, we're going to get you ready to pit. Hard tire for you.
Box, box, box. Yes, box.
Progress for Bottas. Just behind Alonso, so Alonso got the jump on him. They've been able to pull away from Gasly. As Lewis still stuck in this train back here. Looking for a move on Verstappen. Can he get it? Yes, he does.
Nice work, Lewis.
Right, here comes George.
It's a race position gained for a Mercedes.
Right, hard tires on. Here comes Alonso and Bottas down the front stretch. We're going to cover them off pretty well. Very good. Lewis, you're going to be coming in the pits this... Ooh, not that one. Hard tire. There you go.
Okay, Lewis, so box.
This lap.
Just going to need some lift and coast.
Understood.
So yeah, once we get out of the way here, Leclerc's going to be leading Perez by 3 seconds. And Sainz another 3 seconds behind him. And Verstappen 1.5 seconds behind Sainz. Whole lot of varying pit strategies here. Going to work out for Ferrari. Contrary to real life. Here comes Lewis. Hard tire on. Here comes George down the straight. George has got him easily, hopefully. Oh no. Oh no. Alonso Bottas got the jump on him, but he's going to come out right behind him though. So George clear by 3 seconds over those guys. Lewis just going to hang out in the DRS zone. All right, Lear's just reached the halfway point of the race. Another quick recap. Leclerc leading over Perez, 3.2 seconds. Then Sainz, 2.5 seconds back. Verstappen, another 2.5 seconds back. Russell, 13 seconds about down the road. Who's 4 seconds clear of the battling Bottas, Alonso, and Hamilton. Rest of the points, Pierre Gasly starting to close a little bit actually. P9. And 13 seconds back behind him, Zhou Guanyu, who's clear of the Haas's of Schumacher and Magnussen. Got Lewis currently set to push on the fuel, try to catch it back up. I think they caught the Williams in a really weird spot, so got to find a way to get back up there. Probably push on the tires a little bit. So actually, we're going to do that for a lap right here.
Just push.
And it should get him back up to them. Couple 30 to go. Lewis finally getting along. Getting along. Well, actually, no. Got alongside Bottas there, but well defended. They're actually almost going to be out of the DRS range. As Alonso's going to just jet right by. Have to get back up there again. Let's push on the fuel again. Up front, Leclerc is still running a real rapid pace with the fastest lap right now. Sainz caught Perez because Perez has fallen off the pace a little bit. He's 5.5 seconds behind Leclerc. Sainz might be able to get him for Ferrari 1-2 here. Meanwhile, Verstappen 4 seconds behind these two. And just falling off the pace. Working lap 50 now. George still 5 seconds clear of Bottas, and Alonso and Hamilton keep scrapping with each other. They're still just out of range of Bottas, so if they keep fighting like this, Bottas should have P6 locked up. I think we have P5 locked up with George, pending anything happens, which, knock on wood, it doesn't. Clear still stretching that lead out. 7.5 seconds clear of both Perez and Sainz. We're still both 5 seconds clear of Verstappen. Gasly hanging on to the P9. Well clear of Zhou, who's well clear of the train of Magnussen, Schumacher, Ocon, and Tsunoda. But they're well outside of the points. Ocon and Tsunoda both just pitted, as is Ricciardo right now. They're on the 2 softer as I expected. They're both on the soft tire. And luckily, they didn't hold up these two. Perez and Sainz. Well, actually, they kind of did. Maybe a little. Perez back around Sainz. Got about 8 seconds off Leclerc. as they got 21 to go. Ricardo still in the pits. He's out just ahead of Russell. Hopefully we can get around him pretty quick. Don't cough up any of this 5 seconds lead. ERS playing up. Expected that to happen. I have to replace that ahead of Monza, as well as finally have to use that new gearbox we built for George. Lewis's powertrain. Engine's starting to get a little bad. I think we got an extra available for him. That might be what will last for Monza though. As get around Ricardo. I think it's Ricardo, was it? Yeah. Nice and easy. I'd also pitted for a 2-stopper. Gap started to shrink a little bit, but I think it's because we had some difficulty getting around Norris and Stroll. So we got 13 to go. Gap from George to Bottas now down 3.5 seconds. As Lewis still trying to fight off Alonso. Don't have enough ERS charge to make a big run at it. Excess fuel not really there either, as he's about 2 seconds behind Bottas as well. We're going to be a scrap with Alonso all the way to the end, so we're going to have to save the ERS for the big push for the end. But hopefully George can build that lead back up. Speaking of leads, Leclerc over Perez, now just about 10 seconds as Sainz is falling off Perez's wing. Verstappen slowly closing, as he just took the fastest lap, so. Drop down to P8, of course we did. Still 11 laps to go. Love another opportunity.
Alpine just advanced.
Actually, see what happens with these 3 lap cars. Right along with Lewis here. There's one. Oh, come on, man. Kind of weird how the AI works that out sometimes.
Now, just watch.
Was able to make it work again with DRS down the straight. Got 9 to go. Edge in the battle's not over yet. See, still don't have a lot of ERS charge. Excess fuel, we're just going to keep saving that up. George never really got to +1 lap at all. It's also never really been negative, so he should be good to the end. Gap's now under 3 seconds. Bottas to Russell, though. Though we have the fresher tires, so I don't know if the ERS issue is playing into the factor of Bottas catching us, though, so hopefully everything's okay. Not a fan of getting
8 laps to go.
beat at the last second again. Got 5 to go. Lead now formally over 10 seconds. Back to Perez. Sainz 3 seconds behind him. With Verstappen closing lap by lap. I don't think he'll get there in time. George stretched it back out to 2.8 seconds over Bottas. I think he should be fine, even with the ERS issues. And Lewis, number 2 to go. Crank the fuel up because Alonso's still all over the rear wing of him. lapped all the way up to 10th today, or up to 9th today. So, a strong praise from Leclerc and the rest of the leaders.
And the wall.
Turn the wall. Safety car, safety car, safety car. What happened? What happened?
There's been a
crashed?
crash. Sounds like a single car.
Safety car, safety car.
No, we're not pitting. What, are you kidding me? Schumacher off. Well, that's probably going to be the end of the race here. I mean, we'll save just in case. But I don't think there's any way. Yeah, at least we were able to hold off Bottas with George, and we're able to hold off Alonso with Hamilton. This is going to allow us to save some ERS just in case, as well as save some fuel in case we need to push. But I think that's going to be this race all wrapped up here for Leclerc.
So charge off.
That's definitely going to do it. It's going to be a safety car finish. I don't think that happens very often in Formula One. Coming across the line, Charles Leclerc going to win it over Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz. We're still trying to catch up. As here comes George coming across the line. He will take P5 over Bottas.
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
And Hamilton coming across the final corner. He's going to get P7 over Alonso and Gasly. Another race where George is our lead driver. Really interested to see how that's going to play out for next year. Although, looking good for 2024 going forward. This George is our long-term solution here. Anyways. Yeah, I know. You're all happy. So, Verstappen had the fastest lap there. Outside the points, got Kevin Magnussen, Tsunoda, Ocon, Ricciardo, Stroll, Norris, Albon, Vettel, Latifi, and Schumacher, who crashed with 4 to go. Driver standings, Leclerc jumps back up to the top over Verstappen by 4 points. Still as tight as ever. Sergio Perez gains a little on his teammate, but still 31 points behind Leclerc. Carlos Sainz 14 points behind him. 43 points. Lewis and Carlos is the difference. And George gained a little bit, but is still full race back behind Lewis. Constructors, Red Bull still leading the way. Ferrari took a chunk out. They're 7 points behind. And we're still sitting pretty in third. Back to HQ. Alright, got some extra front wing stuff, or the new front wings are all good. Let's see. Starting today, well, besides the front wing, new aerodynamic testing period is going to start, which is very good, because again, we wanted to get some more speed in the car, and that'll be our final update for this year's car before we continue our focus for next season. Yeah, ahead of Monza, some new chassis coming in, new suspension coming in, and in the meantime, got to vote on some regulations. Yeah, we all know about that. Alright, financial changes. Let's see. Well, no, we would like more money. Actually, no. I mean, our money management's really good as is, so I'm okay with having some parity here. We'll vote against it. And we'll find out the results of that very soon, or in the next episode, I should say. In the meantime, we're going to take a look around here. No, we're not building that yet. Yes. Gonna need a new one of that anyway. Put that on the car. Gearbox. Lewis is good. Keep that gearbox on for George for one more race. That should be fine. And suspension. Well, we're going to wait for the other one to install before the next race. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in and for following along for the entire series. Monza up next. Hopefully we're not a sitting duck there, but we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next episode.